we'll have the video, then we'll have the new recording here, just like before.
Yeah. Wow, it looks a lot better than a year ago.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll slow it down, but I just like to just let it fly for a little bit. And we'll... So I love the hand entry, nice and clean. The other hand, also pretty clean. It's probably going to have a bit of a crossover. It looks like it's heading that way. You can almost see the part of your hand, but we'll see it from the different elbow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Okay. And another thing, and I did, unfortunately in Morocco, there's so many things going on for both of us. There were some things I saw we'll talk about. And one of them is going to be your head. And it does, even when it's down, see right now how you've almost submerged it under the water, and then you'll bring it up high.
Yeah.
If we can be steadier, like in a position like that, at all time, even when you're breathing.
Yes.
And so you'll see as you go along, you'll submerge it down in there.
You will sink. Okay.
And you do that intentionally. It's not a balance thing. It's actually, you see people, you actually want to be doing this, like pressing your head. We just want to have a neutral head. Yeah. You want to relax.
Oh, okay.
Nice buoyancy.
I was never aware of
buoyancy neutral head.
Okay.
And so you'll see you get into it once in a while. After you breathe, you get into a nice like that.
Mm.
But as you go along, you start submersing it, and then you bring it up. So that's something we'll work on.
Okay.
All right. So the arms were fine. I really can't address balance a lot today because you do have the pants on, but in general you didn't have a sinky leg issue anyway. So let's go to the above. Let's see what we can see here. Let's go full speed first, just for fun. Watch.
Legs are all over the place as usual.
It's a lot better than it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot better than it used to be. All right, now we'll slow it down and take a good look. I'm mainly going to rush right now, focused on your front here and see what's going on. And I remember how much you used to use the word snake.
Yeah.
So it's how well you keep your body aligned along this central axis. But we tend to get off of the central axis
when we
cross over.
I didn't think that.
Yeah, that's what
I wasn't crossing.
Right, and so we know we want to be here, and this one here.
Yeah. Okay.
And so, that's, remember, because when we cross over like that, that's when we start getting snaking in the body.
Yeah.
And so we'll continue to work on that alignment. And there's certain drills we do, those kick on the side drills, broken arrow, and things like that. We do them when we're together, but to do them continuously in your training will be important for you. Because obviously we want to avoid, this sort of scenario here, because that's not very efficient.
Aerodynamic.
Yeah, aerodynamic, hydrodynamic. So we have the left crossover. And because you cross over, things get out of balance. That's where you do get some splaying of the legs. And so if we can control the crossover, it's going to help control the splay of the legs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm going to go back to this arm. Now, eventually, you do get it in front of you there. But the ideal situation is
to begin there.
Is to begin there. So as you come in, and let's say, I like to think of target. Maybe your target's about there, as instead of over there.
Yeah.
Yep. So you get all that. So then we get back to there. And then let's take a look on the other side. And not as much, but still thinking about target out here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to help, the body not be so contorting going on down as you go down the pool. Okay, so I think from above it's the same thing. Posture and alignment drills. Mm-hmm. We're going to focus on that. I am going to one other thing here, and I know we've talked about it before.
I want to film at the end of the session today as well, to see.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. So one thing we'll talk about is these shoulders, they're fairly stacked on top of each other. Over rotation is really what I'm saying here. I know we worked on. Remember, we called it the nipple drill.
Yeah.
So we need to really, we're going to constantly do that. On this side, it's more what we want. You're probably going to be more in a 45 to 60 degree, but we'll look at it underwater. But on this side, when you breathe, it is an over rotation here. An over rotation also causes the legs to splay like that. It's a balancing act. Okay, so over rotation and crossover is the two things from this perspective. So far we have 3: head movement up and down, the crossover, and rotation. So that's 3 things. The right arm goes pretty nice. It's going to be mostly the left. It was interesting. Let's watch you slowly. It seemed like as you went down the pool, things got a little bit better as far as limiting the crossover on the left side a little quicker. That was pretty far over. Same. I saw a few here where you started to work it out a little bit. No, it's pretty much the same. I think when you go fast, full speed, it's hard to see that. Yeah, pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go underwater now. Yeah. Let's go full speed first.
That was pretty horrible. I'm thinking.
Yes, we'll talk. We can watch the head just for.
No, I'm doing the legs.
Yeah. So your head position now is about what we want. But as you go along in your stroke, you start to
go all the way down.
Go all the way down, and then you really lift to get your upper body up.
Okay.
Okay. So we talked about that. What we want to focus on now is the pattern of the arms
forward.
So in terms of, are you pushing down the water? A little bit down, down, and then back. So I think we're definitely going to work on just getting into this, rotating this. As soon as you get extended, thinking about, I know you are, but that we're getting this rotation of the upper arm to get the hand pushing back. Because we'll zoom in a little bit here. So you get extended. You go wide. I'm looking for this elbow here to stay higher. Yeah, to stay higher. Get that elbow not there, but higher. And not dropping that elbow. Okay, on this side. I think what we're going to see from the front is that this arm is staying very straight. You see how straight it is?
Yeah.
So you're not getting this. You're getting the width, but not getting the roll to get the elbow up. Yeah, and we'll see more of that from the front. From a kick perspective, sometimes I used to do this a lot too. You get a lot of quad going into your kick, so you'll see a lot of the bending of this leg like this. So you can settle that down, and that creates a lot of energy to do that, and you really don't need to do that. But that's not a major item today. So we're going to look from the front as far as how these arms are going. But the key thing here, and I'm going to do a comparison here real quick with Rebecca. Elite Rebecca. Yeah, from this angle here. That once she gets extended like that, if you keep a focus on her elbow here, you'll notice it doesn't move a lot compared to the forearm. And it allows her to get that angle there, the nice bent angle. Where you see with yours,
didn't seem to think it was, but
it
I don't
stays
think it's back there in the left
to how low the elbow is versus hers. Hers is staying closer to the surface.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. Dropped elbow, high elbow.
Just to keep scouring
Yeah.
the place.
Stays high the whole way.
And look at me how it drops.
Yeah, it's very drop. And one of the things, and this reminds me of something I did see and we'll see it from the front, is because it's dropped, this hand is almost under this armpit over here. It's way over here versus, you see what I mean? You're over here versus this. And we'll see these angles from comparing you with Rebecca. You can hear the elbow's quite low. And she's able to keep the elbow high as she comes through versus that. It gives you a little visualization of what we're after. If you were as good as her, though, you'd have a couple Olympic gold medals, though.
Yeah. But
She's all right. So we'll go to the front now. We'll go full speed first.
it's so straight. The elbow is so straight.
And this is where I wanted to point out how the hand is. First, we'll look at a couple. This angle is getting quite tight as terms of overbent around 90, and we usually want to be 100 to 120. So this elbow, we talked about having it higher. So if the elbow is more out here to the side, you're going to have something more like this opened up where that hand is more underneath that shoulder. And we're going to do that we're working on this motion right here to keep that elbow up. And that keep that elbow up is going to keep the hand more underneath the shoulder. The other side. I think it's the same thing, is keeping that elbow. It's kind of the same thing from the other side in terms of, I'm going to do this again for the best. So we'll do the same thing with Rebecca off the wall. I can do a comparison here. Right, so we'll see how she keeps the elbow more out to the side and up. It gives her the leverage. And on the other side, again, the elbow being the key item there. Same thing on this side. And seeing is one thing, but getting you the right drills to do it is our critical. So as you sweep out here, I think that's one of the key things. We know about that getting width, but the things we're not doing is getting depth. And when we get depth, is going to be by the bending of the elbow. So let's back up with her. That as she gets wider, like you're getting wider, she keeps that elbow closer to the surface, and her hand goes deeper. See it down and out? Where you're probably going to be just out. Here, down and out. And that's going to be through the rotation of the upper arm to get that elbow up. So we watch her, not from that angle. I'll give you another angle that shows it back up. Let's see, that was her right arm. So let's see here. Yeah. So you'll see this portion of her arm.
Mm-hmm.
When she goes, you see it rotate down. That her bicep actually goes towards the bottom of the pool. So it's this part of your arm rotating that gets that up there.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So go from straight and internally rotate the upper arm. That gets you in that. And that's when we do the drill with the kickboard. And I have you go and that's why we do that. It's just that we can focus just on that element for those drills.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll do that. Again, I still feel that this is the key thing we need to work on. And even here, I'm going to notice something here. You can see it's in depth, and you'll see your elbow almost going, it's slipping back. So this is what I mean. As you're grabbing the water, it's doing this, as opposed to staying out in front of your head as long as you can as you get to that position. While you're doing this, that gives you leverage on the water. But as soon as, if you allow this to happen, you don't get leverage. So if you watch your elbow there, I'll get rid of her and zoom in a bit. Now I'm going forward. You see the elbow is
coming back. I see it perfectly. I understand now.
Okay, good.
I understand.
Good. And we'll look at the other side real quick. This is pretty much the same thing. We just need to get more. We're gonna get some discipline as we get this, that we keep that elbow up. And you always think about the elbow out in front of my head as long as I can, and don't let it slip. That's what we call it, slipping.
Okay.
Okay. So.
Okay.
And then I think you remember the oarlock too. We'll work on that as well. Because once we think about the step of this is getting the grip on the water, and then as we keep this oarlock engaged, and that's when we're going to really push the water back. So we get a grip and push it back. That's going to be our thing. Okay.
And towards the end, I want to see comparison, the two video comparison.
Yeah,
with before and after.
We can definitely do that. So let me stop this one.
Mm-hmm.